Today we're at Hartley's Crocodile Adventures. We've been here heaps of times before, so we know we're going to have a fantastic day. So let's go and see some crocodiles. So let's go get a ticket.
Thank you. 2, please.
Where's home for you?
Here.
Here, Speedway.
Speedway.
So it's 72 for 2 local, and on FBOS, there we go, just on the side here.
So for an adult it is $45 and for children $22.50. What a bargain. You're going to have a fantastic day and it is really reasonable. $45 for an adult, $22.50 for a kid.
Saltwater crocodiles, then we end up at the freshwater crocodiles.
Yep.
So salty, freshies, then we're on a 12 o'clock boat. Now, have you done this before at all?
Yes.
Okay, so you're familiar with our boat cruise, 25 minutes.
Yeah, we had a yearly pass for a while and that was so fun. That was so
Get
good.
a lot of bang for your buck for that, don't you?
Yeah, totally. Yeah, let's just go to Hartley's. Okay.
But all your friends can come for 20%.
Yeah.
Your food's 10% off, your photos, dips are
Yeah,
10%
really
off. You get 10% off in the park as well.
Bargain.
So, yeah, and the CROC ATTACK at 3.
I am so excited about the CROC ATTACK show. It is fantastic.
Oh, well, have a lovely time.
We will.
Whereabouts in Speedway are you?
It's sort of down in the valley, so yeah, keep going past the pub.
Oh, so you up that end, you
Yeah.
don't turn right at the pub.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, I've got a friend who lives up there,
Yeah.
Sharon. She's a nurse.
Yeah.
She bought up there a few years ago, I think.
Does she live just near the tavern?
No, she lives up the end. She bought
Oh,
up. It's a really nice house. I've never actually been. It's got
Yeah.
a pool and stuff.
Yeah. Oh, it's beautiful out there, yeah.
And we've got friends at Davies up at Possum Edge as well.
Oh, wow, nice.
It's nice up there, though,
Yeah,
isn't it? I love that
beautiful.
area.
Yeah, totally.
Well, enjoy.
We're just walking into the Hartley's Crocodile Adventures and you walk into a cafe and it is absolutely beautiful.
Thank you for saying I'm beautiful.
So lots of tourists, lots of staff walking around, and before you go anywhere you cannot help but to be drawn to this beautiful lagoon. I think it's a lagoon that we are going to go for a boat ride through, which is included in the entry fee. So you can see the boat over there in the distance. So later we're going to go and get on that boat and we're going to go for a ride around the lagoon and hopefully, fingers crossed, we will see some crocs. So our basic plan for the day is to go to the crocodile feeding and then we're going to come back and we're hopefully going to be able to eat some crocodile. Then we're going to go on a boat ride. Then we're going to go to a snake show and then the piece de resistance, the crocodile attack show. So I think that if you come here, you're going to find it really interesting and even a bit better than places like Australia Zoo, which tends to be a little bit more sterile and controlled, which might be a good thing, but here you really get up close and personal. At the Croc show you watch the guys get in the water with them, so really interesting. So we're making our way down towards the crocodile feeding, and one thing you notice straight away is how beautiful and cool it is walking along the paths in the rainforest, and there's heaps of different. Wow, look at this. Look at the size of this crocodile. And his name is Ragnar, so he's a Viking crocodile. And of course there's a fence, but we are literally 2 meters away from him. We can see him so clearly. You can see his eyes. He's looking at us.
But yeah, come on through guys, grab a seat in the grandstand there. Alright.
That's something you want to remember.
So they're just about to start the croc feeding.
My name's Thomas. I don't do the show all that often, so I hope I remember how to do this. Helping me out today are my guards, so these are the blokes that'll be running around out there, doing all the stupid stuff, getting chased around by crocodiles for your entertainment. And you're helping them out in the cage. We got Jason, he's learning the ropes, learning how to work with crocodiles. They might get him to do stuff today. It is quite a long, extensive training procedure. It takes a while. It took me about a year and a half to get to that point. Oh, she's coming quick, watch out! Jeez. Make me nervous, Harry. Looks like they're going to move her a little bit further. She's coming quick. He's bailing, he's out.
Corey, get the chicken tied up.
No, all good, too distracted. Oh, where's this thing gone? There's one behind me here. She snuck around. Oh, here she is. How are you feeling this morning? Oi! Feeling good? Pull you up on the rock here, get you out the way. Alright. Let you sit there for a sec. I'll give you a bit of food at the end.
Thomas, if Zena comes up on the other side of you, don't muck around. Get her up front, right?
Yep.
Feed Zena very quickly because the other one goes through and attacks her, alright?
Alright.
So put her there and feed Zena quick, mate, alright?
Alright, if she comes on through.
Keep an eye out if she comes into here. It'd be great if she comes up.
Alright, all good. Thanks for the heads up. We got a croc named Zena. She started to come through recently. She used to hang out here. She sort of moved into the back of the lagoon and she's been coming through the last couple of days and causing trouble. So we don't want that. I got to keep my eye out for her. The crocs are doing fine out at sea this time of year. They're doing real good. Sorry, I'll just tuck you right in close here so Zena doesn't bother you. Stay. She's not going to listen. That popping sound you guys heard, she did a couple of them there, those jaw pops. It's a pretty cool sound. It's caused by air displacement. So it's just like you clapping your hands together. The jaws, they come together that hard and that fast that all the air gets pushed out the way, and that's what makes that popping sound. So just bring you back. Troublemaker, trying to fight other crocs. Leave you there. There's a lot of training on the keeper side of things, learning how to work with the crocs. But it's also a lot to ask from the crocodiles as well. When we get crocs in from other parks or from the wild, they're not conditioned to do that. Like if you buy a bucket of KFC and you go down to your local river and you try and replicate that behavior, you're going to have a bit of a cultural misunderstanding. You're probably going to die. Looking pretty keen to come out. All right, by the fence there, chicken splatter on the guests. Nice. Nice. She's happy, she's moving off. That was sick. If you won't come up, you can always step back and just chuck the chicken in the mouth. I'll be happy with that. I'll let you. Nice. Give him a clap, guys.
Good on you, Jason.
This here is Doug. Or Douglas. Oh, come on, Doug. Let me have it back. Oh, you're kidding. I'm having bad luck with teasers here. Anyway, this is Doug. He's from Port Douglas. Dougie actually made the papers for actually having a shot at a human being. Dougie tried to eat someone. Is anyone staying in Port Douglas? Yeah, anyone staying at the Sheraton Mirage? No? Good, because Dougie was staying there too. So the story goes that old mate's playing golf on the Sheraton Mirage golf course. He goes to tee off. Then this thing jumps out of a water hazard, has a crack at him. Lucky he missed. The golfer escaped with his life. And then Dougie retreated back to the mangroves there. But you know, of course, golfers being a sensitive bunch, a few complaints were made about Douglas. DES came in and they trapped him, and he's been with us ever since. He's a cool crocodile, but yeah, I think Doug's good for it. It's probably the only time golf has been interesting, hey. Come on, Doug. Can you give us a roll, dude? Little underwater head. Oh. There we go. There's a roll. They grab hold of a big hooved animal and it digs its hoof in. They will roll to, you know, take the animal off its feet, or they'll do this roll as well. Once they've already killed and secured a prey animal, they will roll to break chunks off, make it small so they can swallow it whole. They don't, you know, chew their food or anything. They can't chew like we can. They got to roll or shake bits off. There he is. Here comes Doug. She'll move out the way in a second.
Come on. Watch out, Jace. Come on. Jace, go under that rock. Hold.
She's going to get her out the way. She'll be free in a second here, Jason. Just watch that female. She's still a bit close.
Take him in on this side if you can.
He looks a lot bigger out on land.
Come on. Watch out, Jace. Come on. Jace, go under that rock.
Oh, yep.
Hold.
Jason's got a hand feed coming up. Last one, give him a bit. Nice one, sick. Good one, Jason, that's very good. Anyone been down the cassowaries? Been down the roo paddock yet? Yeah, good chat. So,
Scariest part was not the crocs. The scariest part was that Jason was out here for only the 8th time ever and he was feeding that croc. So next we are going to the freshwater feeding, and I will tell you a story about us and freshwater crocodiles in Katherine in the Northern Territory in the 80s after this. They honestly look like handbags.
And shoes.
And someone else just said, and shoes, and they do. And belts.
Oh my God.
There are heaps of freshies coming up because they know it's feeding time.
Well, I can see that hard from here.
just give me a second here, guys. I gotta try and get out here. There's crocodiles everywhere. Actually, does someone without a freshie feeding sticker want to help me out?
Yep.
Straight away, yep, someone over here.
Me.
So I'm going to string this up, and I want you to take them like away from me. Just help me out a bit here. Splash the water, exercise them, jump
Let's
them
hope
around
she's
a bit.
trustworthy.
Let's go, and just keep their attention while I do the talk. And try not to hit anyone in the face with that.
I'll try. Not promising that
Watch yourself, guys. She's armed.
So
I
we,
am armed.
All right. Just way out in the water. Go out there, splash it in the water, get their attention. I'm going to try and clear the...
oh, professional.
Sorry, mate. Sorry, guys.
Yep.
Ready, boys? Now get out of here. Get out. Mate, get out. Now get out of here. Get out. Get out. Mate, get out.
This is fun.
Here's yours. Oh, sorry, mate. Get out. Get out.
Oh, look, I actually was hanging off a freaking thing.
Get out. Cleared, mate. Yeah, in the water.
Hey, dude.
Sorry, dude. You're alright. You're fine.
You.
Oh, that thing's not.
Whoa! This is dangerous.
Yeah, I know.
Alright, you get off.
Come on. Come on, this way.
Thanks, mate. Get out.
Onto it.
Alright, guys, give me a second.
This is a workout.
Pretty hectic.
Hey.
Alright, folks.
Hey.
So this lady is just a visitor. She's not trained.
No, I'm not.
Have you ever done this before?
No. This is fun.
And a lot of responsibility.
Alright, guys. I should be right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, just splash the water out there. Alright, so this is the other species of crocodile we get in Australia. These are your freshwater crocs or your fish-eating crocs. They're sometimes called...
She's exhausted.
Yeah.
Classified them. They're a smaller, shyer species.
Dad's going.
So they don't get as big as the salties. Freshies max out at about sort of 3 meters in length. So just like the salties, the boys do get bigger than the the boys get bigger than the girls. Oh, that's so good, you lost it. That's
Yep.
fine.
That's all right.
The max size for a male freshie is 3 meters long. Like pretty much that guy there, that's max for a freshie. They won't get much bigger than that. So we don't fall into their prey size category. Freshies in the wild, they're eating things like crustaceans, maybe water birds, turtles, a lot of fish, not human beings. The biggest thing that they'd take on, one his size, would probably be like a small wallaby, but that'd be it. You know, we're not on the menu, so there are places where you can swim with freshwater crocs. This bunch doesn't really encourage that. They've just been fed by people, they're way too confident, they come up snapping, and as you hear, they're still biting very hard. Like, it would suck to be bitten by that thing.
Tim grew up in Katherine in the Northern Territory, and I moved there when I was a teenager. And us and all of our friends and everybody else who lived in Katherine at the time, there were no saltwater crocodiles yet. So we used to go swimming at low level and high level and everywhere at night. And we would get out a torch and we would go along the banks of the creek to watch all the freshwater crocodiles watching us swim in the low level. Hello? Hello. Hello, how are you? Hello. Hello. Are you laughing? Hello? That probably wasn't the parrot, it was probably somebody with a speaker just speaking to me. I've just seen on the menu board that they've got a crocodile tasting plate, so I think that's what we're going to have for lunch. We're lining up for the boat ride through the lagoon. There is a big line, but it doesn't matter because we've all got tickets.
Except bottled water.
Just do a quick count up if that's all right.
This is so exciting. Hopefully we see a croc in the water. Even if we don't, we get a nice cool boat ride.
Alright, my name's David. I'm going to take you for a ride around the lagoon here. Today, just going to do a quick safety talk first. First things first, crocs are capable of jumping as high as this roof. Please don't dangle anything out of these grates, okay? Give your sleeves whenever you stick out there. We've lost GoPros in the past. This is our croc-proof rope here. The croc gets in the boat. I'm going to take care of it this side. You guys just hang there and watch me die, alright? That's just a tripping hazard to make extra exciting. And not fall in the water and you get to a feeding frenzy. Most important thing is this radio here, alright? So if something happens to me, someone's going to come at the front and grab this. Go that emergency. Dave's done himself a mischief. And someone will come out and save you. Make sure you get some good video, alright? You can see you at the back there, alright? And there's an emergency horn here. And then front and back we've got a life ring, okay? But don't stress, if you fall in here you won't drown.
This guy is hilarious. There's 30 saltwater crocs in here.
We've got 8 males and 22 females. If any of you at any point see any crocs swimming over to the boat, coming towards us, let me know. So yeah, we've got Oprah as our dominant female. Prone to a few weight fluctuation issues apparently. You'll see Igon on the way around with her right eye missing. Got one missing a leg. Her name's Eileen from Townsville. Her name's Crackhead. She does legitimately have a crack in her head, but she's also from Townsville, so it's just going to be sorry if any of you from Townsville.
Got it.
This is Andrew the crocodile. Bye, Andrew.
He's another wild caught one.
Oh. Cassius just went right under us. That was really cool, and the guy is very, very funny.
30 years, but Hartley's, this zoo, used to be just up the road at Hartley's Creek. There's a load of information on the board over there, but we've been around since about the 30s, I believe.
Thank you so much, that was great.
Oh, I'm glad you enjoyed it, thank you.
That was cool.
That was really good.
All right, let's go get a croc tasting plate. Yummo. So there's a massive restaurant area, so plenty of tables. I know they have big tour groups here, so they've got a lot of space to cater for everyone, which is really cool. And it's beautiful. You're sitting in amongst the umbrella trees and the palm trees and the tree ferns. Very, very tropical. Makes us feel at home. It's like our house. Tim's jumped in line and he is ordering us some croc tasting plates and some crocodile spring rolls.
The crocodile taste?
Absolutely.
And crocodile spring roll. Is that just one big spring roll?
It comes in a serve of 3. They're about that size.
That's the one we went for a swim this morning to see if we'll catch it. Yeah.
Yeah, I got jump
Oh,
on the lagoon.
he's the man. He does everything.
You're the man.
Yeah.
It's $40 in total.
So $40 for 2 crocodile tasting plates and 3 spring rolls, 3 crocodile spring rolls. I'm starving.
I'm waiting for the spring rolls, crocodile spring rolls.
We love spring rolls and we love crocodile, so this is very, very exciting. Tim and I lived in Katherine in the Northern Territory back in the 80s, and that was a time when there was only freshwater crocodiles in Katherine, and we used to go, and the saltwater crocodiles started to come in the late 80s. The saltwater crocodiles started to get spotted every now and then there was just more and more and more came. We also used to drive out to Katherine Gorge and jump in there swimming, which was absolute paradise, so beautiful. And one day I was swimming in Katherine Gorge, and randomly the army was doing an exercise all around the cliffs, and this female army soldier type person started yelling out, and I was like 16, "Hey little girl, you need to get out of the water. Hey little girl." And then she's like, "There's a croc." So that was when the crocodiles started to come in the 80s. And since then, there's more and more crocodiles. So you really cannot swim in the water, basically in the whole top of the Northern Territory anymore. So there's a lot of debate about croc control and croc culling and all that sort of thing. But have a look at this. I met Bob Catter in Innisfail, and I said to Bob Catter, I said, "Hey Bob, what's the deal with the crocs?" And this is what he said. So I have found an iconic, or I might say infamous, local politician up here. His name is Bob Catter, and he is as crazy as a coconut. But I'm going to go up and say hello to him. Can I just say hello? I've just got a little tiny YouTube channel. It's about a self-sufficient property in Speewah. But I just wanted to say hello.
Where's Speewah?
Just in from Kuranda.
It's halfway between.
Yeah, like Koa.
It's where the telephone doesn't work and everyone's bashed me over it.
I just wanted to say hello.
Yeah.
And I wanted to say, what's the deal with the crocs? Because that is the funniest thing ever.
Well, I don't find it funny when we're getting bloody eaten by the mongrels, you know. But I love crocs. I love to see them, the tip of my foresight and the shoulders of my rear side, my 243 rifle. But yeah, look, I mean, a croc has 60 babies a year. Can you imagine if every woman in Innisfail has 60 babies a year? Can you imagine if every woman in Innisfail has 60 babies a year, how many crocs we're going to have? And that's what's happened basically. But once you start fooling around, these people look after turtles, you know. Once you start fooling around with nature, you know, you want to know what you're doing. And in this case, they took the predators out. They took, the goannas went with the bloody stinking cane toads. You know, tame goats are gone, you know. So the dingoes are gone, and I don't know what's happened to the dingoes, but they're gone. These are all the predators that took the eggs. The biggest predator was man, of course. And I have seen one of my blackfellow mates. I just couldn't believe what I saw. He's holding the mother off with a broom and shoving the eggs in his shirt and then taking off. And Eddie Holroyd. And I said, I cannot believe what I see. Don't do it again. Eddie, please, I'll have a heart attack. You know, don't do it again. But you know, it was a meal for a month. You know, it was a meal for a month. Indigent, bite your backside.
Nice to meet you. Thank you.
I'm sorry, I hope you didn't get that one. It's been talking about you.
Thank you.
It's been talking about you.
After everyone, thank you very much, Bob.
No. Indigent.
He's meeting all the
just
people.
talking to film up
See you,
there, you know.
thanks. See you.
No.
Hilarious or crazy, I'm not quite sure, but I liked him more after speaking to him for a while than what I did beforehand. Oh wow, thank you so much. Yum.
Awesome. Thank you.
Is that all you're waiting for?
Yes, it is. Thank you so much. So this is our croc tasting plate and our spring rolls. Smells absolutely fantastic. We've eaten crocodile heaps of times. It's amazing. Most people would say it tastes like chicken, but I think it actually tastes like a cross between fish and chicken. But Tim's going to taste it first.
I love it. It's really good.
What does it taste like?
Well, the problem is you said chicken and fish, and now it tastes like chicken and fish.
It does taste like chicken and fish. I'm going to have a try. Cheers. It tastes like half barramundi, half chicken. It's sensational. The sauce is just like a sweet chili sort of dipping sauce, but it's nice. But the actual crocodile itself is beautiful. If you could buy crocodile meat at Coles or Woolies, you would eat it every day. It is really, really, really good. It's not like one of those touristy things that people eat because they're on holidays. I mean, it is, but it's a really, really beautiful meat. Indigenous Australians have eaten crocodile for millennia.
Oh, wow.
Good?
That's one of the best spring rolls I've ever had.
Forget the crocodiles, just come here for lunch. Actually, that's not true. You have to get a ticket to come into the park to come to the restaurant, which is a shame. They should have access from the outside so people can just come and eat crocodile. Like all good spring rolls, it is absolutely boiling hot.
See, that's a...
It's really good. So that was a beautiful lunch. We are now going to go and try and find the snake show and get a good seat so that we are in a great place for the crocodile attack. So the people at Hartley say this is the best crocodile show in Australia, and I have to agree. It is absolutely fantastic. Oh, you've got to see this. Hello, Mr. Curlew. Hello. How are you? You having a good day? You're a little baby. Are you a little baby? So just FYI, there is notoriously bad phone reception here, just so you know. And I thought I'd tell you another story. Because we lived in Katherine in the 80s, and that's when the saltwater crocodiles were just starting to come in, we did have quite a few interactions with them. And we didn't think much of it at the time, but now looking back, it's pretty terrifying. So yes, we definitely did swim with freshwater crocodiles around us daily. And then we had the incident at Katherine Gorge where the crocodile apparently was swimming near me. I never even saw the crocodile, but I did get out very quickly. But the worst, scariest situation we got into, which was actually scary at the time, I think, is we went camping with our friends. So there was Brad, who was Gibbo. There was Wayne, who was Brad's brother, who was also Gibbo. There was Tony, who was Gunner. So everyone had a nickname. Tony was called Gunner because he was always going to do this and always going to do that. There was Jock. There was Debbie P. There was probably Lindy as well. So a whole group of us decided that we would go camping. So we got tents, I don't know where from, and we got in the back of probably a Toyota Hilux because everybody had Toyota Hiluxes, except for me. I had a Mini Moke and then a Falcon XY, but everybody else had a Toyota Hilux. And we got in the back of this Hilux and we drove down to, where did we go?
Crystal Rapids.
We drove down to Crystal Rapids with the intention of having a beautiful night camping beside the river. So we set up all our tents and we went to go to sleep at night, or probably we were just hanging around, and we heard not like a lion roar, but just a roar. It was a roar. And somebody said, that is a crocodile. And it was very, very close, but we never saw it. So we got spooked. We all jumped up. We left the tents there because this roar was very loud and very close, and it was coming from the river just behind the tents, because of course we set the tents up right on the edge of the river because we were really intelligent. So we all got spooked. We jumped in the back of the Toyota Hilux and literally went bush bashing back to Catherine. There was no road, we just like drove. And we got back to Catherine, we all went back to our houses, went to sleep, but all our camping gear was still down there. So we all went back there the next morning, again in the back of a Hilux ute, and we got back to where the tents were, and there were croc tracks from the river in and out of every single tent that we had set up along the riverbank. So if we had not left, we would be dead for absolute sure, or at least one of us would have been, the rest would have run off.
Remember, you don't have to outswim a crocodile, you've just got to outswim someone else. And we've got an audience. Look.
So that crocodile just sat here listening to me tell this croc story. Life imitating art. And also, where we're sitting in this amphitheatre, I am sure that that crocodile could jump this fence. I'm pretty positive. Like, maybe this is the day we die. So there's no staff here. I think crocodiles can jump like 2 meters in the air, and we're sitting behind a glass fence that's probably 1.2 meters high. And he is staring me right in the eyes. I'll just pretend the GoPro is a chicken and feed it to him. Pity we don't have like some Wi-Fi camera that we could see it going down his gut. So if you don't see this video, Google CROC ATTACK, Hartley's Crocodile Adventures, Far North Queensland. The camera tripod just fell over and hit my leg, and because I'm scaring myself about crocodiles, it scared me to death. So what I think makes Hartley's really cool is how close you get to everything. So you're literally a metre away from freshies and salties. You're up close to the koalas. We're going to go and feed some kangaroos and some wallabies. So yeah, you get very, very, very close.
Well, my name's Thomas, guys. I recognise a few faces. You might have seen me today, but yeah, if you haven't met me yet, my name's Thomas. I'm one of the reptile keepers here at the park, one of the rookies. You can probably tell that just by looking at me. I don't have years of experience behind me when it comes to handling venomous snakes, so we'll see how this one goes. I brought two with me here today. We've got a highly venomous one, and then I have a relatively harmless one. I'll pull them out, we'll talk about them. We'll talk about snakes and snake bite in Australia, and we'll go into first aid as well. We'll teach you guys what to do if you are bitten by a snake. Pretty useful information. It might save your life one day, so definitely pay attention to that bit. I don't see him right now, but there is a crocodile in here lurking around, and yeah, he's the star of the 3 o'clock attack show. It's a pretty cool show, just 20 minutes of a zookeeper nearly getting killed for your entertainment, so it's, you know, it's definitely worth the price of admission. It is good fun. And we do have 9 out of the top 10 most venomous snakes on the planet. So in that top 10 list, 9 of them are found in Australia. So we've got a heap of venomous snakes. When you think of Australia, you think of venomous snakes. But despite that, despite all of our venomous snakes, we actually have one of the lowest death rates anywhere in the world when it comes to these animals. He is very pretty. I reckon this is the best looking snake we have in this country. Here is a snake known as the Collette's black snake. Eyes, he's got 2 big lumps. That's this snake's venom glands. That's where the venom's produced. Very similar to how we make saliva. Snakes are just constantly making venom, just like how we make spit. And venom is very similar to saliva. It's just got a few extra proteins chucked in there to make it toxic. So female olive pythons like this, they get a lot bigger than the male. If a girl like this, if she's kept in captivity in a nice big enclosure and she's fed pretty regularly and kept nice and warm, she can easily obtain a length of up to 4 meters long, be longer than that crocodile in there, and be as thick as the top of my leg. All right. Oh, she's wrapping me up. Give me a sec.
You can hold in all the...
Oh, look at you.
Very cool. I do like olive pythons.
Yeah, they're
one of my
very
favourites.
pretty, aren't they? We get so many. We had like a 4-metre python on top of the coop.
Oh, where are you guys from?
Speewah.
Oh, yep.
The land of the giants, they say. And I used to have a terrible fear of snakes, but I've just had to like...
Yeah, just move them.
Yeah.
You do get used to them, but you get
It's pretty amazing.
big scrub pythons up there.
Oh yeah, totally. And diamondback.
Oh, yep.
It's beautiful.
In her own name.
Oh, yep. Nice and gentle. There you go. Just hit it. Just slap the snake.
Oh my god.
It's very cool. Very smooth, hey?
So strange.
It is, hey? You can feel the muscles on the bottom like move, hey, as she crawls around.
Do they get a knot? Do they like that's like a
Oh, yeah, she'll tie herself in a knot, and then she'll just untie herself once she knows she can't go any further.
Yeah. Oh, it's heavy.
Whoa.
She is quite heavy for her size. You think they're a lot lighter than what they are?
Yeah, it is.
Handbag.
It is, hey, it's soft. It's not like spiny like a lizard or anything.
No.
And it's not slimy like a lot of people describe. It is dry.
It's like it feels really like...
Nice one.
You just got to change it.
Couple more.
I'm screaming on the
Nice
inside.
and gentle.
I used to have a total phobia of snakes, and then since we moved to Speewah and we get all the giant pythons like every few weeks, I've really started to get used to them.
Alrighty, how are we guys? Good? Good to hear. Is it hot enough for you? I reckon, don't worry guys, it does cool down. About April. Not today, I can tell you. I'm saying it was cooler, but it's not to doubt that. But we're not here to speculate about the weather, are we? No, we're here to stuff around with crocodiles, correct? Yeah. I say heck yeah, and on that note, has anyone actually seen the crocodile that lives in here? Yep. Maybe during the snake show, swimming around a bit, paying a bit of attention. Where do you reckon that sucker is, guys? Yeah, maybe. I must admit, I can't see squat, but there's an excellent chance, based on past experience, that he is right friggin' there. So guys, what we're going to do, in Aussie slang so to speak, we're going to suss it out. We're going to see if he's there. We're going to see, as much as he has, what type of mood he's in. I haven't worked with him for a couple of days. We'll see what we're dealing with. Sometimes he can be a little bit tricky on this first jump out. So we'll start where you guys reckoned he was and work our way across the front there. There he is. Oh yeah. What could go wrong? Come on, buddy. Oh yeah. All right, there you go, folks. Hope you enjoyed that. That's way too dangerous. No, I'm only kidding, guys. Just kidding. It's only the warm-up, just to give me a bit of an idea of what he's going to be like. It's looking pretty freaking good. Well, it's the croc that makes the show. He's just lurking here. The croc that makes the demo, and I must admit, guys, he is one of, if not the best I've worked with, and he is my personal favourite. He has what I call serious, unresolved anger management issues. And there's my first incorrect statement. Of course he does not. They are human behavioural traits. He doesn't have anger management issues. He is, however, by his very nature, quite aggressive. Right? And the main reason for this is because of what he is, right? He is, among other things, he is a mature male saltwater crocodile, right? And they're known for a lot of stuff, but one thing they're not known for, guys, is social tolerance. 8 out of 10 of the crocs in the Northern Territory, guys, in high density areas, are missing digits, feet, limbs and jaws. So they can be very aggressive on that front. So what I'm going to do first, guys, I am going to feed him. I'm going to feed him out of what we call the safety cage. I'm just going to pop my shoes off though. Let me say there's a variety of technical reasons I do this, guys. The main one is they're relatively new. Of course, in this day and age, some people go, oh my God, it's so unsafe. I'm prepared to say the entire endeavour is relatively unsafe. I also suspect if you get attacked by a 200 kilo crocodile and you don't have your work boots on, it won't be a key factor in what will remain a consistent outcome. What do you reckon, guys? It's still going to suck, isn't it? So we'll get over here. He's probably reorientating because he can pick up my footsteps. Don't worry, guys, you'll notice when it goes wrong. It's pretty obvious at croc shows. So we'll see if we can bring him in for a bit of a feed. There he is. Slide. Thank you. Every time. Twice always. Have a look at his teeth, guys. He's got a crack and set, this fella. Look at these. That was pretty close, wasn't it? You see how he's looking at me there, guys? So because I've come near the edge here, he's now reorientating, right? He's now what I call inbound with bad intentions. One thing he can do, the water is not very deep out here though. Like it's only about this deep. He's 200 kilos, certainly big enough to kill you. He can sneak in very, very close, like unseen. Like he could be back here, he could be here. It's very hard even for me to tell where he is. So here he is here. So what this means for you guys, we're up here in Far North Queensland, where crocodiles have become very common. They don't put that on the brochure much. But it doesn't matter, they're worthy of conservation. And on that front, we've been very successful, guys. We've been very successful. Here in Australia now, they're certainly secure in a conservation sense, no problem. I mean, Northern Territory's reached historic pre-hunting levels. We're probably not far behind, and neither is Western Australia, if not there already. But what it means in practical terms, while you're up here on holidays. What it means in practical terms, guys, while you're up here on holidays, if you're not careful, they're what I call in Aussie slang, friggin' dangerous. I don't sugarcoat it, some places do, they won't even tell you an attack story. Good news is though, the good news is they're almost purely aquatic. So that gives you options, doesn't it? It's virtually unheard of them to jump out and run you down. I can't even give you an example, and I know a lot of examples. I do not have one like that. The overwhelming majority of people attacked by crocs will be standing here. And even then, the crocs stuff it up usually, or sometimes, because, you know, they're charging out blind and we're hard to grab. If you're in the water, it's a bit more specific and easy for them. Oh yeah. So what happens, guys, once or twice a year in Australia, someone comes to, say, a river like this and they decide they're going in. Like they're going in there, right? Now, because they're local, they know there's crocodiles in there. But for some reason, these people are what me and the guys refer to as fully committed. Now, when you're an Aussie and you're fully committed, but it's, say, life-threateningly dangerous in this case, what is the national motivational slogan you tell yourself?
She'll be right.
She'll be right. An excellent philosophy. We've also discovered here at Hartley's, some team members more than others, and only through several years of intensive research, that alcohol helps reinforce this philosophy. Which may somewhat explain why people attacked by crocs often optimise the opportunity for the crocodile to come in direct contact. So what I mean by that, guys, is they weren't only swimming with them, they actually chose to swim with them in the dark. You know, when they're most active, and absolutely and profoundly impossible to see. But what does surprise me, because I've lived in this region for 40 years, I've worked at Hartley's for 35, what does surprise me is how small a croc will have a fair income shot at an adult. Like, we've got crocs that are only 1.5 metres latching onto people's heads. I mean, they're swimming where they shouldn't be swimming. 2 metre croc, bang, grab you on the head. The good news is, guys, that is definitely a survivable event. In fact, here at Hartley's, we define that as character building. You've ignored the crocodile sign, you've jumped into, say, Lake Placid, where there's known to be crocodiles, and on your morning swim, the crocodile latches onto your head and you fight it off. Opportunity for self-development, correct? Let's say wisdom and resilience. Can't even get that off him very easily. Alright, that's a big chunk. Are we thinking rolling, buddy? Roll, please. So they're the big head shakes you can use. There. Got any floaters, gentlemen? Drop one just there on the edge. Give me that. He doesn't lose focus, guys. See that? He's still after that bloody bit of chicken. Cruiso, drop one out here for him. Let him get that one first. Don't let it out the gate. Don't let it out the gate. Got another one? Shut the gate, Cruz. You be careful, he'll keep coming forward. Yeah, that'll do it. Thank you, Cruz. You'll get a photo here, guys. He's an inertia swallowing, they call it. He's got to lift it up. Have a look at his teeth as well. Every 2 years, tyre tooth replacement, every single tooth replaced. Any damage accelerates it. Now, one of the more common questions we get. Here we go. Oh yeah. One of the more common questions we get is, how fast do they run? What's it like to be chased by one? That's pretty rare. No one here's had that happen to them. Sometimes people say to me, have you ever been bitten? You would notice that. No one has been bitten by the saltwater crocs here during our demonstrations. There's reasons for this. The people who step out into particularly this arena, which is our most risky crocodile activity. You've got the boats in the 11 AM as well, but this is the most risky. You've got open pond with a big croc. I just do demos. I've seen these crew chase though, doing, say, fixing a fence. So a croc jumps out. They're sort of professionals. I advise you to do what they do. They're good at it. What these guys do, guys, is take off flat out. Right, push the other people out of the road. You can rationalise that out later, and you'll be fine. Now, in terms of what we have locally, I'm not kidding you guys, there's a lot of crocs. There's a lot of crocs. The numbers have been creeping up and up and up and up and up and up. You're talking, since the shooting ended in 1974, they've been creeping up and up. The Queensland government counted them the other year, in a funny sort of way I might add. They also put on their summarising document, they put a little statement every second page, there's not as many crocodiles as the Northern Territory. There's not, what they should have said, there's not as many crocodiles as the Northern Territory anywhere on this planet. But let me say, no nighttime swimming. I should say I advise against it, I'm all about dangerously free, but once you swim at some beaches, like say you swam off Wangeti Beach at night, you've now gone from the realm of dangerously free guys into what I call natural selection. There's lots of sharks and crocs out there, and it gets, depending on how you look at it, worse when you go up to, say, the Daintree, because there's more crocs and probably more sharks. Now I'm going to feed this fella, he knows this. That's right, mate. It's all good. I'll just have to check if he's there, actually, guys.
Yeah, yeah.
Come on, dude. staying out today or not? And on that note, guys, we are done. Don't forget the other activities, but for me and the guys here, that's all. Enjoy the rest of your day at Hartley's, guys. Let me get past. Peace.
Crocodile is absolutely amazing. Just the sound of his jaw.
Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic.
So next we're going to go and find the kangaroo and paddy melon feeding area. Look what we just found. So this is a cassowary, and he's hilarious because he's picking out all the mango. So he's eating the fruit as far as in order of his favourite. Hello. You're a weird looking bird.
I'm Amy, and we're joined 2 of our 4 cassowaries got here at Hartley's. So to your right we've got Adam, so he's one of our boys. I believe he's around 50 years old, we estimate. With your cassowaries, they do get the title of the world's most dangerous bird. You guys heard this before? Now you're probably wondering why, you know, they're just standing here not really doing much. But if you have a look at their feet, particularly big birds, that's where they get that title from. Particularly those inner claws or talons. They can get up to about 12 centimetres in length, and they're very strong and sharp. And they will use those if they feel threatened or defensive. So they can actually jump up and they'll kick straight forward, they can kick to the side, and they can run pretty quick too. They do feel threatened. Fortunately though, we have only had 1 fatality here in Australia, despite their title. There we go. So I'll lay some buckets out just in front of these guys and just, yeah, make sure you take a few turns and give everyone to have a go.
Thank you.
Okay. And then the next week,
The one over there was picking out like mango or something, like going through and sorting out the good stuff.
Yeah.
You don't want tomato.
Pick out their favourites and then
Try green one, bro.
whatever they do.
No, he doesn't. How old did you say he is?
I think he's around 50.
We went down to Eddy Bay one day, and they must feed them though, like tourists must feed them, because we opened the windows and they all just came out the window. Like,
yeah, I know there's one that always walks through the caravan park every morning.
Did you try something different?
Yeah.
I did it.
Want some pear?
Everything else is okay.
Want some pear? No. Okay. How about some red? Some red? Okay. Boy. Girl.
Nice.
Still a good boy.
Lots of paddy melons, and then here's a wallaby that's... Hello, little one. Hello.
So soft. Yeah, wash.
Hello. You got an itchy head. Itchy ear. Look at you. You're beautiful. They're so beautiful, so soft. She's full. She's not eating nothing. No. People can't get rid of their food.
We're too late.
So we have a wallaby that comes and visits us at our place. So those ones really remind me. They were about the same age, really friendly, really soft and beautiful. So lovely. Oh, look.
They have evolved very well. So their claws are very sharp for climbing trees. They get scratched by koalas more than anything else. And they have 2 thumbs. So, switching. If you notice, there are 2 thumbs. Yeah. Sorry, here, I'll move you over.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, right now she's not meaning to scratch me, but she is digging into my arm a bit. Alright, there you go. They also have a little, they have 1 toe, but it's 2 toes that have fused together over time. All koalas have it. And then there's 2 nails, and that's just a built-in hair comb. So as you saw her scratching, she's just grooming herself and getting all that loose fur out.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. And they are not the brightest animal. They've evolved very well, but they don't have a lot going on in their brain, specifically because of this, and they don't really need it. But they do have a few adaptations that keep them in the trees. So they have a big cartilage plate right here that they will wedge in the crooks of trees. So they'll sometimes sit here. When I moved another one, she was sitting here. They push with their back legs, wedge themselves in. That little cartilage plate has a groove in it, so it grips the tree. So if this tree wiggles, they don't. And also, if they do fall out of trees, they have extra fluid around their brain, so that if they do hit their head, it doesn't do as much damage. Which means a lot of them have fallen out of trees before that was...
Yeah.
Which is pretty funny. They have big, fluffy ears, great sense of hearing, to listen for predators. There's not a lot that would get them. Dogs, people, when they're super small, anything. So when they're joeys or small koalas. And then hawks, like birds of prey, will pick them off if they can. Do you guys have any questions?
How many people do they kill a year?
500. They are the most dangerous animal in Australia. You know, the drop bears, they get them, yeah. No, I don't think they have killed anyone. You'd have to be the most unlucky person to die from a koala.
Falling on your head?
Yeah, I mean, realistically, someone might have swerved in their car to miss one and crashed and died. So it's because it was a koala's fault, but I don't know. I don't think anyone has ever died from a koala.
It's like a human baby, the way it holds on.
The toy one.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it does feel like a stuffed animal, and they're pretty dense too.
It's heavy, isn't it?
She's about 4 or 5 kilos. I can't remember exactly what it is.
I'll tell you something really sad. In the 70s, they used to make soft toys out of their skin.
Really?
And this is what it felt like. Like I had them.
Yeah. No, they are. That's what everyone thinks. They think they do feel like teddy bears. I think so too, especially the weighted ones.
Yeah.
But
how much are they?
$7.
Do you want to get one?
Yeah. What do you reckon? How fast can you swim?
Yeah. Beautiful. That is a nice t-shirt. Like, I'm really shocked at how cheap it is. I'm really shocked at how cheap it is. I thought they'd be like $47 or $57 or something. That's what I normally...
Don't put the price up.
Don't listen to us.
You want me to charge you? You know, the customer's always right.
So that is it. We have had a really fantastic day at Hartley's Crocodile Adventures, just about half an hour out of Cairns. If you feel like it, and only if you feel like it, like and subscribe. But most importantly, stay calm in the farm. That's the first time we've ever done that in one take.
Do you want to do another one just to...
No. Let's just go home. That was a really good day though. I honestly can't believe that t-shirt is only $20.
It's amazing value, like at a gift shop.
They are the cutest koalas I've ever seen in my life, and they are just nodding off.